According to God, the white man is the devil. See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone beat. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to drop. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. You cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed it up for parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Nowhere is gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. See the props. So I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the props. You know, like we all come together. You know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the props. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe. You gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the wrong with step. I'm silent for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent. I got it. Let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no loss. Ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace. Just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell them we can't keep it slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high. Got your baby pants through the fire. Ask you the prophets. That baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch. I can afford it. I prepare slaughter. You bring me my water. Push your leaders weak. Let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop and ask you the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
All right, clap it up. I'm Israel. We're the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The Commanding General Yohana. This is Isupk Austin, Tuesday night Brotherhood class. All right? Brotherhood and sisterhood is a weapon. Brotherhood and sisterhood is a weapon that is highly necessary. For what? For us to get up out of these conditions, to get up out of these vain philosophies, to get up out of all these silly nonsense and not well-mannered ideologies that we have. Okay? And since Christianity accepts everything, it teaches you to accept everything. That's why you accept Pride Month. That's why on your Facebook right now you have a pride flag. So proud, so prideful, so boastful, and it goes absolutely against the Lord. Okay, and so what we have to do is we have to come out here and we have to clean up everything that is being pushed upon so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay, so we have to push. We have to cleanse your mind of all the nonsense, of all the rigmarole. Okay, so that's what we do. So we are Isupk Austin. All right, and today we're going to be talking about Pride Month. All right. We're going to be talking about the acts they do. All right. And we'll get it all cleared up, get you everything you need. And that will be that. So you can understand that God is against it 100%. All right. He is against it. Why is the Most High? Slack. In 1 second. Why is the Most High against all this Pride Month and this LGBTQ community and all that? He's against it because it is an abomination, and it is. First, give me Proverbs 16. 16 and 18. And let me get there with you, Salakia. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Let me go back so the people can see it. All right, Yaganan, Triple Yaganan, you got it. Oh, Salaki. I had you muted. That's my fault.
Yeah. No problem, Adawan. Book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction. And
What?
Pride goeth before destruction.
Pride for the destruction. So when you walking around downtown mocking the prophets in your little thong or your little one piece with your pride flag wrapped around you, trying to shake your tail in front of us, when you out there just so prideful and boastful in your wickedness and your evil that you were committing, your act of abomination, they say pride go before destruction. Why? Because you will be destroyed. How have we been destroyed? We've been destroyed with monkeypox. We've been destroyed with HIV. We've been destroyed with all kind of things. And that's because the pride, it coming for destruction. You were so proud and boastful while you were committing these acts. You proud, you walking down the streets holding hands. Okay? You everywhere. You dress, you got it on your Facebook, you put it out for everybody to see. You just pride and boastful about it. You want everybody to know it and everybody to accept it. To everybody to think like you think. As a weak man who thinks he's a damn woman. Or as some unlearned sister who thinks she's a damn man. You don't know what a woman feels like. You don't know what it's like to be a woman. You just think. You're going off of what you think. How disrespectful is that? That you're going to sit up here and say, no, I'm a woman. I think I'm a woman. I feel like I'm a woman. How the hell do you feel like you're a woman? You don't know what a woman feels like. I've never menstruated. I don't have the feelings that women have. If a sister and you think you're a brother, how? How the hell do you think you're a brother? You think you're a brother, why? You think you're a brother because you feel? You don't know what it's like to be a damn man. You can't feel like what it's like to be a man because you've never, ever been a man. And that pride, it goeth before destruction. I just seen for the little Father's Day, some chick put her little stud girlfriend. Okay, I guess she's done with men. She done ran through all the men in her town. So now she turned to women. And she's talking about, I know you're not a father like others, but you're a father to me. That's not a father. And she says she feels like she's a man. Well, that don't matter. because you don't know what it feels like to be a man, so there's no way you could say I feel like I'm a man inside. That's like I can never say I feel like a woman inside because I don't know what the hell being a woman feels like. I only know what being a man feels like. Continue reading.
And a haughty spirit before a fall.
And the haughty spirit before that fall. Okay, that's arrogantly. That's superiorly, disdainful. Okay, they're just so pride and proud and arrogant, and they feel superior. When they're walking down, they feel real superior, wondering like why you're not accepting their community. Okay, but pride goeth before destruction. Oh, and that arrogant spirit before the fall. They're so arrogant. They're so proud of what they are. Okay, but the Lord, he's not proud of it. He doesn't deal in this manner because of what? What does it do when you're trying to teach a little boy that he could be a little girl, or teach a little girl that she could be a little boy? What does that do? Okay, that is confusion. Okay, give me 1 Corinthians 14 and 33. You coming to ask me something? Oh, I'm just coming in. All right.
Book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14 and verse 33. For God is not the author of confusion.
So hold on, stop there. Hold on. For God is not the author of confusion. All right. He's not the author of telling your little boy that if he wants to be a little girl, he can be. All he did was set up biology. A man is a man, a woman is a woman. You can't get around that, but you want to say you feel, but you don't know what it feels like to be the other sex. You have some preconceived notion in your mind. And since you have this preconceived notion in your mind, you're going to be a man who wants to be a woman, and you're going to really disrespect. Oh, let me mute you up. And you're going to disrespect real women. Why? Because you feel. Well, real women, they don't feel what it's like to be a woman. You know what they know what it's like. Because they are women. Okay? So God isn't the author of confusion. You want to teach our children, you don't want to call them a boy or a girl till they're about 4 years old and they get a chance to choose what they want to be. You see, this LGBTQ community, this alternative lifestyle community, you know what they open the door up for? For pedophilia. Because you're saying, at first they say scientifically that our brains don't develop completely until about 21. But now you're telling the child that they can pick what they want to be. The next thing you'll be teaching the child is that it's their decision if they want to have sex with a person or not. So this is just really opening up the door for all the pedophiles and all the pedophilia in the world. Because what else would this be about? If you wanted to be alternative lifestyle, you could just go do that. Why do I have to accept and have your views? You want me to have your views so when it comes time for you to molest my children, then I can accept it because I can say, well, she is 11. She can make her own choices. She does know what she wants. She asks me for stuff all the time. And that's what we got to understand, that the Lord isn't the author of confusion. Continue reading.
But of peace.
But of what?
But of peace.
But of peace, of rest, of Israel's rest. You can't have rest in an alternative lifestyle. Why? Because you're the same sex, What does the same sex do when they're? I know if I gotta live with a nigga 24/7, I know what we're doing. We're fighting. We're going to war. No ifs, ands, or buts. Those alternative lifestyle relationships have the most violence, the most domestic violence. It comes from that. Why? Because even though you think you're a woman, you're not. You're a man. So I'm going to fight you like a man. The women, oh, you think you're a man, but you're not. You're a woman. So I'm going to fight you like a woman. All right, continue.
As in all churches of the saints.
And this is for all the schools, all the schools all over under Command and General Young. Here in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, we understand quite clear that the Lord isn't the author of confusion. So what is all the confusion? Where's the confusion come from? The confusion comes from outside of these walls. When you get to listening to people outside of these walls, that's when you get confused. Okay? But in here, we understand that the Lord, He is not the author of confusion. He's not going to confuse us and have us wondering. We just know. And that's not our custom. It's not our custom to get down like that. Okay? Give me Exodus 15:3.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 15, and verse 3. The Lord is a man of war.
The Lord is a, hold on. Give me, let's start at 1, just because. Always got to start at 1 for Christians, because Christians love to sing all those songs that don't have nothing to do with the real God, with the nigga God.
Book of
All
Exodus.
those songs they're singing, that's to Esau. Go ahead.
Book of Exodus, chapter 15, and verse 1. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord.
This is how we sang. Hold on. This is how we sang in the Bible. None of that weak, soft, effeminate gospel music. That is hypnotizing and it is destroying our people. Because you listen to gospel music and believe that your fight is over. Continue reading.
Unto the Lord, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea.
Yeah, see? That's what we sang about. We sang about the Lord throwing our enemies into the sea. You know?
Verse 2. Find out one come. You ready, out of one? Verse 2.
Continue.
Verse 2. The Lord is my strength and song, and he is become my salvation. He is
the Lord
my
is
God.
my strength and song. Hold on. The Lord is my strength and song. Not your bishop singing with you all these nonsensical songs. And hold on 1 second, because I wanna be able to show the people real quick. Let me come back over here. Let me drop this. Let me stop sharing that, and then let me reshare. You see these images? You see? This is stuff they find in the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea, the Red Sea. Oh, look at that. Now let's go back to the Bible. That's them chariots they found in there. They found it all kind of bones, all kind of chariots, all kind of every damn thing. Why? Because when we were delivered out of Egypt, and that sea split, and we were walking through, and they came after us, or the Lord sent that water back. And what happened? They were stuck in there until today. Go ahead and jump to verse 3.
Come. And I will prepare him an habitation, my father's God, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a man of war.
The Lord is a man of war. He is not a man of peace. He is not tender. He is not a man of just anything goes. He is a man of war. Continue reading.
The Lord is his name.
And that's why he wants you to be a warrior. Okay? Because the Lord is a man of war. He can't use those soft and feminine men in his army. Okay? He just can't do it. All right? Let me see why I got this here. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and read this because all right, when it talks about Amalek, it talks about the so-called Jewish man. All right, and as we know, the biggest alternative lifestyle parade goes on right in Israel, right in Jerusalem. Give me Exodus 17:4. This is what's going to happen. We going to always go to war with them for what they do in our land. Go ahead.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 17 and verse 4. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, what shall I do unto this people? They be almost ready to stone me. Verse 5. And the Lord said unto Moses, go on before the people, and take with thee of the elders of Israel, and thy rod, wherewith thou smotest the river, taking thine hand, and go. Verse 6, behold, I will stand before thee there unto the rock in Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel.
Okay, now drop down to 15.
Verse 15. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nissi.
Continue.
Verse 16. For he said, because of the Lord has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
See, we're going to have war with Amalek from generation to generation. And that's what we do. We having war with them right now. Because you're not allowed to call yourself a Jew. You call yourself a Jew, you are going to have war with those people. Because what are they running? They're running every damn thing. Hollywood, the music industry, the Diamond District. Okay? They got their hands in all kind of stuff. Just controlling the hell out of you. Using your records to control you. Good night. Give me 1 Corinthians 6 and 9.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor
Idolaters,
nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
All right, so it says, know ye that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God. Be not deceived. Be not deceived when they tell you you can live any way that you want. Be not deceived when they tell you the that the Lord made a mistake and you're really a woman inside. Don't be deceived. It says neither fornicators nor idolaters. They worship it. They worship this. They worship these lifestyles. They love it. It says nor adulterers. So that's any women with a man sleeping with another man, or any man sleeping with another man's woman. That's adultery in the Bible. For a woman, it's any woman who has a man and she sleeps with another man. That's committing adultery. For a man, it's if you sleep with another man's rib, then you commit adultery. Okay, it says nor effeminate. So just being soft and effeminate and you act like a girl. You in touch with your feminine side. It says nor effeminate. You don't even have to be committing the abominable acts. It's just you're effeminate. You're not going to enter. Why don't they teach you this in Christianity? Because they're all effeminate. That's why you never heard this before. Because they're effeminate. All right? Nor abusers of themselves with mankind. How do you abuse yourself with mankind? That's man on man and woman on woman. That's how you abuse yourself with mankind. And if you're doing any of these things, it's because you love Esau. Esau is your father. You love him. You love his ways. You love his customs. And instead of trying to be more like the Most High and the men in the UPK, you're trying to be more like him. All right? And the Bible, it talks about that. It talks about you being like your father. It talks about you being like the one that you reference. Okay? You don't want to reference a strong man. You want to reference a weak, effeminate man. You want everybody to recognize your feelings. Because if you're feminine, man, then what can you do? You can blame all your problems on somebody else. How many brothers there are out there that are so off and damn effeminate, and all their problems is you go to jail, it's your problem. You get fired, it's your mama's problem. When you're the one doing the act, but you don't want to take ownership because you're effeminate and nothing is your problem. Nothing is because of you. You're just perfect. You can destroy the damn house and cuss everybody out, but it's their problem. No, nigga, it's yours. Okay? And you got to stop acting like your father, the devil, the one that you love so much, that you love so dearly that they never do nothing wrong. The only people who do anything wrong is what? Your people. But you'll look to the oppressor and you'll say, that's a good man. After all the crimes, after all the horrible things he did to your mama. And that's why you'll go and treat your mother just like your enemy treats your mother, with hatred and despair. Give me John 8:44.
Come on, come. Book of John, chapter 8, and verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil.
Ye are of your father. Hold on. Ye are of your father, the devil. Your oppressor, ye are of him. You have a immense love for him. You love and respect them more than your own nation. Because ye are of your father. You are absolutely convinced that he is right in everything, and your people are wrong at everything. Continue.
And the lust of your father ye do. Ye
And the
will
lust
do.
of your father, hold on. And the lust of your father, you will do. Why will you do that? Because ye are of your father. So what lust will you do of his? You're going to celebrate Christmas. You're going to celebrate your child's birthday. You're going to be LGBTQ, okay? You're going to do all manner of evil and have no damn morals because you're going to take after his lust, after his spirit, after his will. So you will serve those lusts. 3 years ago, you wasn't messing with a man, but it's June 20th, and you in a full alternative lifestyle relationship. How did that happen? Oh, it only took a little bit of time, a little bit of programming to make you of your father, the devil. And since you love him, you're going to do his lust because you believe he is right. You believe he is right. Why? Because he is in rulership. So you thinking, oh, he must be doing something right. He must have did something right because he's ruling the damn earth. Continue reading.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
He was a murderer from the beginning. That old spirit of Cain. Okay? And he's still doing it today. He's still unaliving you today with his police force, with his military, with his philosophies. Because if I can get the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, just all their men to mess with only men and all their women to mess with only women, what will happen then? There won't be any babies being born. It's just another way to eradicate you. But you feel so committed to this lifestyle, and you feel like you're so damn right that you over here trying to explain to me what it is of why you believe you're a damn man when you got a wet box while you're talking to me. Your box is wet. Talking to a UPK man, and you trying to convince me that you're a man as well. Well, that is nonsense. And like I said before, the Lord doesn't deal in confusion. He's not the author of confusion. Continue reading, Trooper Yaganan. Next little bit.
And abode not in the truth.
And abode not in the truth. What does it mean to abode? It means to dwell. It means to live. And you just live in that lie that this is natural. When we know all species, they have an innate sense to keep their species going and flowing. Okay? Not us. We going off of our feelings. I don't need to have a baby because I feel like a woman. And since I can't give a vaginal birth, I don't need to have a baby. You see the nonsense out there? You see how stupid and silly it sounds? And that's why they wanted to get that strong black man out the house. So they could turn our women to loving women and not men. Just to make them weak. Just to get them down. To keep them at a lower state. Continue reading.
Because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own.
You see, when he speaketh a lie, he's speaking of his own. It's for his own gain. It's for his own ill will. It has absolutely nothing to do with trying to make you great or trying to make you strong. It is to oppress you. Every time he's speaking of his own. Because it helps him when you're weak, effeminate, when you shave your whole damn beard off. When you go get a new tattoo. Okay? It's for his own gain. Because you're looking what? More like him. That's all he wants. Is for you to look more like him. To be more like him. To have his understandings. To do his will. And not do the will of your father. What can we do? What's that saying? The greatest thing the devil did was making people think he didn't exist. Now you think the devil is your damn friend. You think because you talk sports with Billy that he loves you. You think because Susie brings all the Starbucks and pumpernickel bread that she loves you. Continue going. Continue reading.
From that on come. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it.
Ask the native Indians how much of a liar he is. When he makes 177 treaties and breaks every single one of them. That's why they say he spoke with a forked tongue, because he is a snake. That's what he is. He is a damn snake. Okay? And being a snake, he is going to lie. And he is the father of all the lies. Okay? And that's why you believe that the alternative lifestyle has no repercussions, when it absolutely does. You know how I know it has repercussions? Because they make a damn new pill every 3-4 years. So you can be non-detectable. That's what they want. Instead of just stopping the act. You know, if you stop the act, you probably won't get the monkeypox. You probably won't get the HIV and have to take the damn Biktarvy to be undetectable. Okay? Give me Leviticus 20 and 13.
If a man also.
Salakia, read that again. Salakia, I had you on mute because you had some noise in the background.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lied with woman, both of them have committed an abomination.
So if a man lie with mankind, is he lie with a woman? Well, how do you lie with a woman? Okay? So when you lie with mankind, like you lie with a woman, you are committing an abominable act to the Lord. And you think you're doing something so great and so damn grand, but you're not. What you are doing is wicked and disgusting and an abomination. Okay? Continue reading.
They surely be put to death.
And you shall surely be put to death. Okay? You shall surely be put to death. Continue.
Their blood shall be upon them.
And their blood shall be upon them. How is your blood upon you? Okay? Because you can catch. All right, so first let me put it this way. So what we would do is we would take everybody out there in front of the nation who committed these acts, and we would unalive them, right? So then, what does that teach? That teach all the children in the community that I better not grow up and do like they did, or this is going to happen to me. And then another thing is, your blood is upon you because of blood-borne diseases. There is HIV out there and AIDS. There is there is monkeypox. There's all these blood-borne diseases that unalive you. So we got to understand that if a man also lie with mankind as he lies with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. The Lord hates abominations. They are so vile and disgusting to him. And it's just so disrespectful because he didn't make us to be that. He didn't make us to be a man with a man or a woman with a woman. All right, a lock needs a key, right? That's why it's a perfect fit. If you ever got any tell, you understand. Oh, it's a perfect fit. It matches up just right. Two men sword fighting, you don't get much accomplished there. It's going to take a man and a woman. Okay? Give me Leviticus 18 and 22.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, and verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination.
See, it's just reiterating it, just letting you know that this is against the Most High. This is against the Lord, and we don't do that. That's not our custom. That is of other nations. Okay, and since it's of other nations, we for damn sure do not participate in it because we have to live by a certain standard, and it's just filthy and disgusting. It shouldn't even be something that you want to do. But why do we do it? We do it because we were molested. We're such a molested people that's what we do. We do all kind of things like that. Okay. Give me Romans 1 and 21.
Book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 21. Because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened.
You see, your mind is darkened because you living up to your own imaginations. You see, we knew God. We didn't want to glorify him. We wanted to be like the Hamites. We loved Sodom and Gomorrah. We wanted to do what they were doing. We wanted to do what everybody around us is doing, as we do today. What do we want to do today? We want to go be Irish, right? Celebrate St. Patty's Day. Go out and get drunk till you piss on yourself. Because that's what the Irish do. Okay? We left to our own imaginations. We want to celebrate all these other cultures. We want to be like them and do whatever the hell we want. But that's how our foolish heart, which is our mind, that's how it was darkened. Because we were not thankful. We were mad at the Lord because we wanted to be like the other nations. We didn't want a God over us. We didn't want to be a special people. Continue reading.
Verse 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
You know, and you think you're wise. Every alternative lifestyle liver, they think they're so damn wise. They can explain to you the sun, the moon, the stars, how Earth was formed. But they can't explain to you why they feel like they're a man when they're a woman. They profess themselves to be wise, but they are fools. You know how foolish you sound trying to explain to me why our alternative lifestyle is beneficial? They will really sit and talk to you for 2 hours, giving you the breakdown on how it's beneficial to your life to be with the same sex. Continue reading.
Verse 23. And they changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible men.
You see, and they changed the glory of the uncorruptible God, and they made it as the image of a corruptible man. That's why you have the picture of Caesar Borgia, who the world ignorantly thinks is Christ, is Yahushua. But it's not. Yahushua wasn't some devil with blue eyes, sandy blonde hair, and a damn toga. Continue reading.
And to birds, and four-footed beasts, and creeping things.
And that's what these other nations do. They turn that glory of God and they'll reverence a damn bird or some four-footed beast or some creepy thing. Especially them Hamites. They go from the creepy thing all the way down to the dung beetle. They love that damn dung beetle. They love their four-footed beasts. They love their birds. But here it is, the Light School of UPK. We love the Most High. Continue reading.
Verse 24. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
You see? So the Lord gave them up to that uncleanness. He said, oh, you want it? You got it. Go ahead and serve the lust of your own heart, of your own mind. And you know what we did when we was alive? We dishonored our own bodies between themselves. That means men with men, women with women. The Bible does not approve. And every alternative lifestyle liver, oh, they love Jesus. Oh, they love Jesus so much. When really they just love Caesar Borgia. And they hate Christ. Continue reading.
Verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worship and serve
a lie. Your oppressor. All your enemies, they who change the truth of God to a lie. And that's why you respect it. You respect their lie more than you respect this truth. You hate this truth. You hate these brothers with beards, braids, and boots. Oh, but you love that clean-shaved pedophile. Oh, you love him. He's going to do all kind of manners of wickedness to your children. Okay? Continue.
and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever.
And we do that. We worship and serve the creature more than the Creator. That's why you look it up to the sun and you're into all the zodiac. You're into all of that. You looking up, you worshiping all that. There's two kinds of people who looks up and worships, okay? There's people who look up and see the sun and they worship the sun. And then there's others who worship who created the sun. Continue reading.
Verse 26. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections. For even that women did change the natural use unto which is against nature.
You said, see, for this cause, God gave them up to their vile affections. Go ahead and do you. Since you got it, you know more, since you know so damn much. Go ahead and do it. And what happened? Even the women did change their natural use unto which is against nature. Because women on woman is against nature. Okay? Women are made to be humble. They're made to lie with a man. You was not supposed to be scissor kicking and starting down fires. You were supposed to be with a man. That's what you were built for. Continue reading.
Verse 27. And likewise also the man, leaving the natural use of the woman.
And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of a woman. So it's going to explain what that meant, what it meant in 26 and what it meant in 27 right here. Continue reading.
Leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another.
See? So when you leave the natural use of the other sex, then you're going to burn in your lust one towards another. This is clearly talking about alternative lifestyles in the LGBTQ community, because this is exactly what goes on right there. They left the natural use of a woman so he can go be with a man, so he can go be with his homeboy who he could talk to easier, the brother he plays basketball with, the brother he lift weights with, the brother he seen so many times when they were in 8th grade taking showers because they was on the football team together. Continue reading.
Men with men, working that which is unseemly.
You see, these men with men, they're working that which is unseemly because it's unnatural. It does not go together. Continue.
And receiving in themselves that recompense of the error which was met.
Which was meat. You see, which means they themselves in their recompense of their error, they're receiving themselves. All right, you're going to get this correction one way or another. All right, and it is meat. It is necessary. It is a good thing that you be destroyed for this wickedness and these abominations that you are committing. Okay, continue reading.
Verse 28. And also, as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient.
Convenient. It is a
convenient. So.
How is it convenient for man on man or woman on woman? It's not. Okay, it's not at all. How the hell is that convenient? It's disgusting. Okay, and when it says he gave him over to a reprobate mind, that's it's an unprincipled mind. Okay, like you just do whatever the hell comes. You blow like a damn tumbleweed, okay? Because you got this reprobate mind, all right? You are an unprincipled person having a reprobate mind, all right? And why? Because you don't want the knowledge of God. You don't want the law, statutes, and commandments. You want the commandments of men. That's what makes you happy. That's what you're trying to obtain. Go to verse 32.
Book of Romans chapter 1 and verse 32. Who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death.
No, they're worthy of life.
Worthy of death.
I'm living my best life.
Worthy of death.
You only live once.
Worthy of death.
The Bible says you are worthy of death if you commit such acts. Okay? Because who knowing the judgment of God. We know what the Bible says, and we say we're going to do it any damn way. Well, the Bible says you are worthy of death. Continue.
Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
And then that's why they get along. Oh, we are part of the same community, girlfriend. Okay? Girlfriend, we are part of the same community. That is all nonsense and wickedness. And we got to understand that. But we don't, because we are in Esau's world. And we believe that he has all the damn answers. When really, the only answers you're going to get as a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian is right here in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. 1 Timothy 1 and 8.
Come, I don't come. It's the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 1 and verse 8. But we also know that the law is good if a man use it lawfully.
So we know the law is good as long as you use it lawfully. Okay? We have to use this law lawfully. All right? Continue.
Verse 9. Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly.
Hold on. That's what the law is made for. It ain't made for the righteous man. Why? Because the righteous man is following the law. It's made for the wicked bastard who's not following it. That's who it's made for. Okay? Continue reading.
But for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly and for sinners, for unholy and profane, for murderers and fathers of murderers, of mothers, for manslayers.
That's right. Continue reading.
Verse 10. For whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind, for man stealers, for liars, for perjured persons, and if there be any other things that is contrary to sound doctrine.
You see, this stuff, it is contrary to sound doctrine. All right? This isn't sound doctrine. When you were over here doing all manner of wickedness, okay? When you're over there celebrating Pride Month, all right? That is wicked. Give me Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha 19 and 29.
Come out of come. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter. What chapter was it? Adam?
19, verse 29.
29. Come out of come. Chapter 19, verse 29. A man may be known by his look, and one that hath understanding by his countenance, when thou meetest him.
You see? So, it said, a man shall be known by his look. Okay? An understanding, Slakia. It says, a man shall be known by his look, and has understanding by his countenance when you meeteth him. Okay? This is my countenance. You see that? The look, his facial expression, that's a man's countenance. How the hell does his face look? Is you laughy and jokey all the goddamn time? Is life just some goddamn big game to you? Okay? Those facial expressions, that's your countenance. Here in the Israelite School of UPK, you know us by our countenance. Continue reading.
Verse 30. A man's attire and excessive laughter and gait shew what he is.
You see, it shows what you are. That excessive laughter, all that, you know, your gait, that's the manner of how you walk. You see how we walk in One West? That's our countenance is the way we look, our face, facial expressions, all that. Our gait is the way we walk. Okay? You could tell. You could tell it says it showed what he is. By that. You don't have to guess. We don't walk like those purple alternative lifestyle niggas. No. Not in here. Okay? And here you know us by our countenance and our gait. Give me Isaiah 3:9.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, and verse 9. The shew of their countenance doeth witness against them, and they declared their sin of Sodom.
You see, hold on. This is what's going on right the hell now. It said they show their countenance, they facial expression. I could tell an alternative lifestyle nigga by his face every time. I could walk by him in the store, just see that alternative lifestyle. I wish I could say what the hell I want to say about these disgusting bastards. But our page is worth more than them. But I could just look at that stupid face and tell, oh, he thinks he's a woman. Okay? Because it do witness against them. And they declare their sin from Sodom. They hide it not. Coming in here holding hands and kissing and doing all this disgusting nonsense. And they hide it not. Because they're so goddamn proud. They're so damn prideful in their disgustingness. Continue reading.
Okay, another one come.
Woe unto their soul.
Woe unto their soul, woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves.
See, so the Lord's saying he's calling for, when you see woe, it means destruction. It's going to destroy their soul. For they have rewarded evil into themselves. They rewarded themselves with that evil. So the Lord, he's going to destroy their soul. And these damn sodomites, they just want to be like Sodom so bad. Let's take a brief little go back in history. Give me Genesis chapter 19, verse 4.
Book of Genesis, chapter 19, and verse 4. But before they lay down, the man of the city, even the man of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young, all the people from every quarter.
Right. So what happened is, you know, there's two angels there. They see in Lot. Lot brings them in because he's like, before y'all leave, I got at least let me make y'all something to eat. Let me do something to take care of y'all. So all those Hamites in Sodom, they seen those men go in there. Oh, and those are men of the Lord. So of course, they was just so damn attracted to them. So it says, so after they ate, they did what they did. It said before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house around. That means surrounded the house. When it says compass the house round, that means to surround the house. It said both old and young, people from every quarter. All the men wanted a piece of those angels. Continue reading.
And they called unto Lot and said unto him, Where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us, so that we may know them.
You see, because they want to know them. Oh, they
Let
seen
them
them.
come.
They seen them brothers, and they said, "Ooh, we love men. We want them just like that. Ooh, we want to know them." Well, what the hell does that mean? Christians, what does that mean? That these men of Sodom wanted to know the angels? I know you don't know. That's why you watch us for the goddamn answers. Give me Genesis 4:1. We're gonna
Book of
start
Genesis.
seeing what that no is. Go ahead, you got it.
Book of Genesis, chapter 4, and verse 1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife.
What? Hold on, and what?
And Adam knew Eve, his wife.
And Adam knew Eve. In the Bible, to know someone is to have sex with them. It's not, I just know them. Oh, yeah, they live down the street. I know them. That's not knowing somebody. Knowing somebody is very damn intimate. And how do we prove this? Continue reading. Because Adam knew Eve, and what happened?
And she conceived and bare
All
Cain.
right, stop right there. Trooper Yaganan. How do you conceive?
How do you conceive, Adam? You have to have sex to conceive.
That's how you conceive. This is how we know that those Hamitic bastards wanted to know the angels, meaning they wanted to have sex with them. Continue reading.
And bare Cain and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord.
Yeah, because she had sex. Adam knew her, and she birthed Cain. Drop down to 17.
Verse 17. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch.
And Cain did what? Hold on, and Cain did what?
And Cain knew his wife.
And what happened after he knew his wife?
And she conceived.
Continue.
And bare Enoch. And he builded a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son, Enoch.
You see, we're showing you in the Bible what it means to know somebody. Drop down to 25.
Come, Adam won't come. In verse 25. And Adam knew his wife again. And she bare a son.
Mm-hmm.
And called his name Seth. For God said she had appointed me another seed instead of Abel.
That's what it means to know. Now you know what it really means to know. I know my wife. Why? Because I laid with her. I had sex with her.
Come, Adam won't come.
You know? I don't know any other. I don't know no men. I have no understanding of what it's like to be with another man. So knowing in the Bible, in the scriptures, it is sex. And that's why today we have this spirit of Sodom. And those Sodom, that's why we call it Sodomites. That's why we call it sodomy. Because of Sodom and Gomorrah. if you didn't know. Because that is man on man. You're not getting box. You are getting tail. Literally. And those men in Sodom, they wanted to know the angels. Just like now, we got a whole goddamn nation that wants to know each other. Okay? Oh, they want to know them in that way. There's not a man in the world that I want to know like that. Okay? I don't want to know every damn woman, let alone adding a damn man to it. That's why we have to get up out of these vain philosophies. We got to get up out of these prideful, democratic little states that we're in. Because I remember being a kid, and those disgusting bastards used to hide. I mean, you knew she was a stud, right? But she never said it.
Come, I don't want to come.
She kiss you when you go in the closet, you know, kiss you when you find her in the woods, right? But you knew, like, damn, she kind of looked like me. I picked her first when I play football. You know, they used to hide it. Now I got to hide that I'm against it? How the hell did y'all become normal and I become the weirdo?
Come, I don't want to come.
Because I understand biology. I understand what makes me a man. It's not what the hell I feel. It's not what I think. It's simple biology. And for anybody in that LGBTQ community, anybody who says, I feel like a woman or I feel like a man, if you were to be made unalive and they found your remains, it's nothing but bones. Does anybody know what they're going to say? If you just find bones and they do an autopsy on the bones, what are they going to say? Go ahead, Yagana.
Well, they do an autopsy. They're going to be able to determine if you're a male or female.
Exactly. And what are they going to say on the news? We found male, or they're either going to say we found male or female remains. They just found somebody. They just found somebody I seen on the news. And you know what they said? We found a 16-year-old male remains. All it was bones from the damn 70s. No skin, no anything on there. But they knew it was a 16-year-old boy. But what are you, 28, and you think you're a damn man? You think you're like me? You're nothing like me. It's like I'm nothing like you. I never had to put a tampon on. That's how many studs who need a tampon, who get cramps. Ask how many niggas who think they women are having babies. I just seen one where the dude, what they call it, transitioned, and he pissed his mother off because he went and grabbed his pregnancy test, and he's like, "Oh, I'm pregnant," and it pissed his mother off. This was a brother, and you know, you could just tell how hurt his mother was to know that her damn son wants to be a woman, for one, and then for two, he's saying he's pregnant. How the hell could he be pregnant? I seen one where the father gets out of prison after doing about 15 years, and his son is now a girl. And he didn't know that till he walked into the house after doing about 15 to 16 years. That's why we can't afford to go to prison. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. We can't afford it. Because if we go, who's going to raise our sons? Okay, if you leave it just to a woman to raise your son, he's going to see a lot of women things. Why? Because she's a woman. She knows how to be a woman. She's going to have women conversation. She's going to do women things. And if he don't get to see a man, he only has one thing to portray. Okay, that's why we need both. We want our daughters feminine, right? I don't want to raise my daughter to be me. I want to raise my daughter to be feminine. Like I want to raise my son to be masculine. You know, there's certain things that my daughter, she needs to get from a woman that she cannot get from me. Just like there's certain things that your son's going to have to get from a man that he cannot get from you. And I know all you silly damn women, you know, putting Happy Father's Day to me. I'm the father and the mother. You're not. You're a damn demon. And if you was the father, your son wouldn't know how to twerk. Okay? Where are we at, Yaganan? We just finished it. Damn. Hold on. We was doing all this. I'm changing all the scriptures, and they didn't see not one scripture.
Genesis 4:25. We just finished that one.
Yeah, finish that. You already finished it? Give me Jude 1:7.
Book of Jude, chapter 1 and verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them is like in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication.
So even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in the like manner, they gave themselves over to fornication, to having any kind of sexual lust or deviancy that they wanted. They did. Continue.
And going after strange flesh.
And going what?
After strange flesh.
What the hell is strange flesh? Go ahead.
Strange flesh is the same sex.
The same sex, or even women of your nation. But in this context, it's talking about Sodom and Gomorrah. That's how you know it's talking about the same sex. That is very strange. If I had to go and lay down with a woman, I like laying down with my woman. I like in the middle of the night, if I feel anything, it's the soft body of a woman. Imagine that strange flesh laying in your bed. And you reach over and tap a rod. Or a strong ass arm. Or a strong thigh. That's strange flesh. Continue reading.
Are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
Mm-hmm. That's what you're going to do. You're going to burn. Okay? You're going to be thrown in a pit. You're going to be brought to a low state. Okay? You're going to be right here. When Christ return and turn America into this lake of fire through nuclear thermal warfare. Okay? Give me Mark 10 and 6.
Come. It's 10 and 6. Book of Mark, chapter 10 and verse 6. But from the beginning of the creation, God made them male and female.
No, he made Adam and then he took the rib out and made Eve. Read it again.
But from the beginning of the creation, God made them male and female.
No, just male and male.
Male and female.
It says right here that in the beginning he made male and female. Let's get it real quick. Genesis 1 and 27. Just real quick. For all the damn idiots who think that Eve came out of some damn rib of a man and some spookiness happened.
Book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 27. So God created man in his own image.
Uh-huh.
In the image of God created he man. Male and female created he them.
That's what happened. When God created people, he created male and female. Because he's not the author of confusion. Go back to Mark chapter 10. And we're going to go to verse 7.
Book of Mark, chapter 10 and verse 7.
Uh-huh.
For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife.
And that's what we do. But don't say cleave to some other damn man. You're going to leave your mother and father and you're going to start a family of your own. And she is going to become bone of your bone and flesh of your flesh. And that's what we have to understand. You see, you want to get into all this high science of why you should be with the same sex. But that is just not wise. Nothing good comes out of any of that. You need to, if you're a man, you are meant to be with a woman. If you are a woman, you are meant to be with a man. It's not the other way around, and there's no way the hell around it. But Esau, he is going to tell you, live life how you want to. So you don't have babies. So you end up in this prison system. So you don't do anything to make your nation better. Everything Esau teaches you is to make your nation worse. Give me Deuteronomy 23. 23 and 17.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 17. Mm-hmm. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
There shall be no whores of the daughters of Israel. You giving yourself to a new nigga every 2 weeks. Are you mad at this nigga so you run to this one? There should be no whores in the daughter of Israel. You just leasing your body out. That's what a lot of these women are. They're leasing companies. There's no ownership. You get her these few days and she's going to be passed around. But she thinks she's the player. A lot of our women, they think they the nigga now. Not knowing that they are worthless. That they're going to always have to be the nigga now. Because you're only worth passing around. You're only worth a couple days of pleasure. And then I need to get you out of my damn sight. Because you're such a whore. There shall be no whores of the daughters of Israel. And these silly women are so damn proud to be a whore these days. It doesn't make any sense. Because they think, oh, I can do what the men do. You can't do what the men do. Because why are you whoring and crying? If you're such a damn whore and you sleeping with 37 niggas a year, what the hell are you crying about 37 niggas for? What are you sad for? You're a whore. You should not be sad. A whore is a choice. I really want y'all to understand that. If you're a whore, it's by choice. Because if somebody sleeps with you against your will, it is called rape. So if you're willingly giving yourself up to all these niggas, you just a whore. You sad about Tyrone, Jerome, Reggie, Gerald. You got feelings for all these niggas because you're not a nigga. You're just a whore. A stupid, silly whore who don't understand anything. But if you was to come in here, then maybe you would have some damn understanding. You would know you don't have to give your damn body away. But you're such a whore that any nigga who tells you you're pretty or brings you flowers or takes you to some stupid movie, now you're his for today and tomorrow. Until another nigga what? Gives you flowers, tells you you're pretty, and take you to a movie. Now you're his. Continue reading.
Nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
And you see, you're not supposed to be no sodomite of the sons of Israel. Okay? You is not supposed to be no weak, effeminate man being a sodomite, taking pleasure in another man's tail. Or a man taking pleasure in your tail. I don't care if you're pitching or catching. You're playing in the same goddamn league. Okay? Give me Psalms 10 and 3. And that's where we going to end in Psalms. I got 2 precepts in Psalms. And we're going to end there. Psalms 10 and 3.
Small glass. Psalm chapter 10 and verse 3. For the wicked boasted of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth.
You see, when you boast in your own desires, in your heart, your mind, and that desires, the Lord will abhorreth you. Abhorreth means to hate it. Continue reading.
Verse 4. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after God. God is not in all his thoughts.
You see, God ain't in all his thoughts. God ain't in any of his damn thoughts. Okay? Because what? Because the Lord isn't the author of confusion. He's not going to accept that. He's not going to be a part of that. Okay? Which we so love to be, we love it. Because our community has been taught what? You see, that's what you do. You take away everything from a damn people. And then you give them little wicked things. And you know what they're going to do with those wicked things? They're going to raise them above everything. We raise alternative lifestyles and letting our children choose. We put it over everything. I didn't have no damn choice of what I was going to be as a kid. You know what the hell I was? Whatever I was told. And that's why, even as an adult, you need to come to the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, because you can't be left to your own mind. You need to do what you are told. And that's what I do. I do what I'm told. I don't even make a damn decision. If there's anything that needs a decision, you know what I do? I call Cap. I call Captain Yakazat. Right off the rip. I don't give a damn how big or how little I think it is. I call Cap. Because I'm not going to be left to my own mind. You know, I understand. I need to go to the men above me. Because if I'm left to my own mind, I might do something wrong. I might do something that I should not have done. Because I'm trying to go off of my feelings. We are men. I'm a man. I don't feel a damn thing. I don't go off of no damn feeling. I don't have no feelings. I know my rib hate it sometimes. I love her. but I don't have all these feelings. I don't have a whole bunch of little alternative lifestyle stuff to tell her. Okay? I don't have all these little extra little things that I do and say. But one thing she does know is I'm going to die first. One thing she does know is she's in a house of protection. She is safe. She's not disrespected. She is loved. I don't know how to do that with no man, Ak. I don't know how to make no man feel protected, or loved, or safe, or cared for, or humbled. But I do know how to do that with a woman. Okay? Any questions?
No, I don't want.
Go ahead and get the security announcements, Trooper Yaganan.
ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tense, which is a commandment. Numbers, chapter 8, verse 21. Book of Malachi, chapter 10, verse 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations out of one.
Upcoming holy convocations. We got the memorial of blowing of trumpets. The first day of the 7th month. All right. Friday, the 15th, September 2023. We can find this in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 27 through 32. Continue.
I don't want to come. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. That's it for the
all right. So before we get to prayer, Trooper Yaganan, hold up to the camera what you was just reading. How did you get that?
I printed it out and had it laminated.
That is an excellent brother. He didn't have to be told to print any damn thing out. He could have read it off his phone forever. But he took the initiative to print this out because this was important to him. He printed it out and he laminated it and he has it forever. Troopers, young men, this is the spirit you need to have in the Israelite school of UPK. You need to have the will to do the damn thing on your own. To take your tail down there and print it out. This trooper, did you get an order, Yaganan, to do this?
No, I don't want.
You just went and you see, and here in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, we see every goddamn thing. This brother took this, he takes this serious. He printed it out, and it ain't on some dangly damn sheet of paper. Oh, he got it laminated. I don't even know where the hell you get things laminated. I ain't seen nothing laminated since my ID card when I got a license. This brother printed it out and got it laminated. With that, Imagium. which means to stand. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher. Or actually, we're going to say the prayers. And then we'll do that. All right? No, Salakia. We're going to give let's give a courtesy salute first. All right? Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem and Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat. All right? Yajamata. All right, we're going to Sar, face the sisters, sisters rise, men of Israel. Courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shemal Latam, Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Hashem and Yahweh Shabbat.
All right, Yajamata. Okay. So everybody's standing. We're going to turn. We're going to face the east. And we're going to get the prayers. All right? The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew first. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Badash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakwaka. Taba'ah. Zaka. Hayah. Aksha. Barataza. Tawa. Hayah. Hashemayim. Natan Lanawa. Call. Yawam. Wasalakia now. Kawawakia now. Wasalakia now. Kawawakia now. Malaha. Abanawan. Manasawan. Abal. Awashai now. Bayan. Right. Ayalaka. Hamalakwa. Wahala. Wahata Raf. Awalayim. Amen. Now in the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as earth as it is in heaven.
On earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. It's not temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. All right, Yajamata, class dismissed. Clap it up.
Shalom.